and he comes back with food.
I don't know what Geo's doing. He's packing his face.
I don't even know what it is. It looked like egg.
Yeah, it looked like eggs.
What?
Yeah, it looked like white and yellow.
I'm not going to ask what that is. Is that peaches? Are you eating peaches? What the hell was that? Holy crap! It's time! It's time, Geo! Holy, wow, that freaking rang my ears. Holy crap.
Oh, God.
Dang it! Man. Wow. Okay. Welcome to episode 58 of Let's Talk Landmark. And Geo is still eating.
He started late.
You know, we've constantly said that Geo's always the late one. Right there, guys. Right there.
Alright.
Yes, it's finally back on Geo, not me. Yay.
So, as normal, we like to give everybody the latest news on what's happening with Landmark and all that kind of good stuff, right? Well, guess what?
Funny thing about that.
Funny thing about that, we got no new news.
There's nothing.
So, oh yeah.
Oh, but we still have lots to talk about.
Yeah, thanks, Canterbury. I forgot to turn them down. Ah, wow. Man, they got me this time, not Katina. They got me this time.
Don't say they. I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Don't make me go in the other room. Oh, man. Okay. So.
Can I go home now, please?
Yeah, we got really hardly any, like, excruciatingly new news. There's nothing on the forums posted. And the big reason for that is the Daybreak Move in. Calm down, Geo. Calm down.
That was it.
Do not make me put sedatives in your coffee. All right.
Or his beer.
So, but yeah, the biggest reason for lack of anything being posted right now is the move-in over at Daybreak. They're busy packing up their crap and moving it and all that kind of good stuff. And from the photos that were put out, the place is looking pretty awesome. We had, I saw some pictures where they had like their little, what is it, a cafeteria area, break room? Or
Said lounge.
Yeah. And that place looked pretty awesome. Now, was that a beer dispenser they had in there?
Yeah,
the old
Pantera
E2 server
they made into a keg.
Is that even legal?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, man, makes me want to work there. It makes me want to move to San Diego. Jesus.
Well, when I worked in the real estate office, when I was an agent, we had booze all the time at work.
Wow.
Walk in the
crap.
cafeteria, pour something, and out people would go. We're like, and you're doing deals half crocked. Okay, go for it.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. So basically, I figured we'd end up talking some variable different things of what would be awesome in Landmark that we don't have, you know. But yeah, with the Daybreak move in, we saw pictures of Emily's cubicle, her Octo photo plasma.
Her pentapod.
No, it was like an octopus or a hydra, photo hydra or something like that.
Does it have 5 legs though?
I guess.
Pentapod.
that would be a pentapod.
Okay.
And we're schooling him.
Yeah,
Five tentacled cephalopod, pentapod.
But that's pretty much the newest news out of Daybreak is the big move in. So that is I guess the kickoff for the show today. Let's see. We have something else I want to show you guys. And I got to set this up, so I'm going to leave the mic open for everybody else to let me get this set up right quick. So
what's new in your world, Gio?
Well, look, we are really psyched about the fact that we got a new island for Halloween. There's no competition event. There's no competition that's going on for this time, but we got an entire island just for this thing, and it's listed on the museums. So we haven't heard from anybody yet whether or not it's going to be permanent, but we want it permanent, and that prompted Devlin to start getting creative and medieval on us, and he's got some more ideas.
Yeah, I got ideas for more themed islands like this, like specific islands that have a very distinct theme from everything else, rather than the kind of do whatever you want to that most servers have. I think we should have some different themed islands, like the Halloween island, and keep it permanent. Open it up, let people come in and build for like a month or two, and then shut it down, make everything permanent, and make it a museum island. We can do this with, well, we have a list, and we'll go over it later on, but yeah, we got stuff we could like to talk about that.
All right, so I got it ready. We're set to go, I think. And for some reason, Twitch has always been kind of weird when it comes down to showing like YouTube videos. I don't know what it is. We'll see. We'll see if it comes in clear or not. But I'm going to play this right quick, and we'll kind of carry on, and all that kind of good stuff. So here it is, and this should be it, I think. Hold up. Give me one moment. We have... That is not it! Sorry, guys. Okay, there it is. But here we go. We're going to jump right into this and let you guys see it. Right. Well, it's a little video I tossed together prior to the show, just to kind of show off all the different winners that they had for the pumpkin carving contest this past week. That was
yay!
Yeah, there's some awesome builds in there.
They are absolutely.
I was kind of blown away at some of those builds that were in there. I swear the Cyborg that Atmospherik put out was like...
That was amazing.
was pretty wicked.
You can still send builds to Fierce in game. I think right until Halloween.
I do believe so. Yes.
Absolutely.
I've got my little alligator head that I still didn't submit.
You should.
Get her done.
I may just send the head. I might just send the head because I had never finished the
In a
body
box.
on it. Yeah.
Because apparently that's quite popular.
Yeah. You're getting broken up there, Gio.
Yeah, dude, your video, audio, everything is all messed up.
It's like or something.
Do we want? The,
I think it says resetting the router on him again. All right. So
Do we want what now?
the link to Geo's video?
yes, post a link to Gio's video, which he did during his morning brew show, which goes into more detail than what my little 2-minute video did. Everybody, you got to see all of them, all the different stuff that was over there, and really, pretty cool work there.
Yeah, and in-depth look at each of the builds, each of the pumpkins.
What a face.
You're breaking apart, dude. I'm not sure what's going on. It's like it kind of fades in and out.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Disconnect, reconnect.
Is it in the channel too, or just us and
No, it's just Geo.
No, I
This
mean
is
in
me.
Skype, or is it in the stream too?
I'm pretty sure it's in the stream too, if I can hear it like that.
Um,
All right.
for the stream.
But if you want to disconnect, reconnect, that'd be great. And
Screw everything up, though.
it's okay.
We'll live.
We'll just shift. We'll just shift for a few minutes there.
Give me a moment. I'll give it a second shot.
Okay.
Second shot.
Isn't that cute? All right. Next thing we got pretty much on the thing here is we got other community stuff that's going on. We've got Build Off, which is being hosted by 11. Basically, they have. How will I say it? Let me jump over here for a second. All right, Build Off is this weekend to see what creative builds are going on at the arena. You can find the arena through the gallery by searching for 11, Build, Blockheads, or Flurp. This week's Build Off theme is the Undiscovered Story. Our contestants will have to build a one-claim build detailing what any non-Halloween holiday character would be doing on Halloween.
Call Geo.
Oh. Oops. I thought he would have the ability to jump back in. I'm sorry. Sorry, Geo. Sorry, Geo.
I'm back.
You're back. I'm still hearing it, though. There's something going on with your stuff, dude. But it's okay. And basically with the build off, as usual, builders can use parts from swaps, templates, and get help from others. Though each individual competitor will be the only person able to build on the arena submission claim. And that's the thing with build off. We've also got the Halloween community build that's going to be this weekend, and it will be going on at 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific. Okay? And we're going to be my redneck comes through, don't it? And we're going to be building for roughly 5 hours for that. So we're going to be going from 4 o'clock all the way till 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And everybody's welcome to come over there and build on our community build. Our community build's theme is going to be Halloween. So you're going to be able to build anything Halloween on there. And I think we're going to do stuff like graveyards and maybe a spooky castle type thing or ghost. We had a pretty good build the last time. for last Halloween, so I figured, hey, it'd be great this year too. So definitely come and be a part of that this Saturday at 4 o'clock. The other thing we have on the listing is the 2015 Advent Calendar, which is being put on by Internet One. He's looking for contributors to his 2015 Advent Calendar. Contact him in game through the event forum post. And give me 1 second, and I will get you that link. And that should be right. Chia. For those that do not have that link. Now, getting on to our main little thing. Nobody's on one server. I mean, it doesn't matter what server you're on when it comes down to Landmark, which is great. We do have some groups that kind of all stay on one island, but for the most part, you really don't have to be any particular place. Which kind of brings us into our main discussion for tonight. Which is things that we would like to see basically in Landmark when it comes down to the islands. And
Right.
I'll let Devlin take it from here.
Okay.
So-
Well, with the new Halloween island that we got, I was doing some thinking about some themed islands that we could all, as a community, take part in. Something that is completely and totally fan-handled and fan-made. Something that Daybreak would basically only give us the islands for. I mean, the competitions would still be competitions for the race builds for EQN. I'm talking about something that's completely separate from that, like the Halloween island, except with different themes. And if anybody has any ideas out there, we would absolutely love to hear them. I mean, go ahead and shout out here in chat, send tweets out to any four of us. That would be fantastic if you get this during the rerun of the show. But the islands that I've come up with right now, I mean, obviously we have the Halloween island, a Christmas or holiday or winter themed island, some kind of cold type thing, a fantasy based island for magic, a
Plane.
it's a plane, yes, a sci-fi oriented island, a modern or contemporary island, something that would be more of a realistic depiction of housing and things like that, less sci-fi. A steampunk island, a gothic or medieval island. We've come up with a like an idea for like different kinds of comic book inspired islands too. That would be cool. And Tenma came up with the idea of a workshop island, an island that is wiped after every workshop, and something where everybody can come in and build on one island together as a community rather than everybody being all spaced out like what we are currently. So that's what we have come up with as of right now.
Now, basically, the way I was...
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, the way I was kind of looking at it was like this. You didn't have to go to those islands, but it's just nice to have it. Especially for the workshop, because it makes it easy for the developers to be able to get around and not have to jump to the freaking hoops trying to find all these builds that are related to the workshop. Now, at the end of the workshop, they would wipe the island. Just that one island. And you start back from scratch, you know?
And yes, all of these islands we're talking about would be flat islands like the Museum Islands or the Halloween Island that we have. Generally flat with mountains all the way around, or flat all the way around. I mean, we're talking flat islands that everybody can come in and build very easily on. So that's what we're talking about here.
And I think it would be kind of cool, especially if you've got like a sci-fi island. If somebody jumps in there and they start building gothic stuff or fantasy, you know, you're like, hey, dude, wrong island.
It's nice to have. It's nice to have running around on the actual servers because it opens up that genre agnostic feel. But if you want to experience like a more wholesome experience of something, I think it would be a lot better to be able to get everybody like on a sci-fi island and just pack all these claims together with one another. That way it's a little bit more immersive and we can try to test and see what kind of each theme would look like as a whole.
Plus you got people out there, they like specific genres.
Yeah.
Yep.
And say I want to go and take a look at sci-fi stuff. You know, I know where I can go to see it. I've got that one island. I can go there, and I know I'm going to see sci-fi stuff.
Go to Sci-Fi Island. Not that hard.
Exactly. Now,
I think the resources required to add just one island, and in this case, we've come up with seven or eight total. Wow, that's to me that's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a low bar for them to.
it'd be a good start. I mean, if other genres, you know, make a presence or something like that, they could always be like, hey, maybe we should throw in this one. Now, when it comes down to, you know, the way the islands are set up, they're set up just like the ones that are there now. There are a lot of flat land, you know, with hills on the outside. If somebody wants to build in the hills, they can do that. But for the most part, it's flat land. And which is a heck of a lot easier to build on for the most part. Unless you're specifically trying to, like, I don't know, make dwarves inside of a mountain or something, you know? But I think that's, like, a pretty killer idea.
It is.
Having, like, a specific island for a specific genre. Now, when it comes down to moderation, actually monitoring, you know, what types of builds are on what island or something like that, that will have to be left up to the devs. You know, you don't want to have a fantasy type in with sci-fi unless there's a sci-fi component to it, you know, or a mixed genre type deal. I think that could be teetering either way, but I think that would have to be left up to the developers. But it can't be no more difficult in moderating than, you know, trying to make sure there's not a phallic somewhere.
Yeah, just I mean a simple report thing. Don't get anybody in trouble for it, but like, hey, we got some feedback that you are on a themed island and you're not following the theme. Please pack up and move, or just we will move for you. Because that's the entire point. Well, that's the entire point. I mean, imagine somebody who's over on the Halloween island building something non-Halloween. Do you think that's going to stay there very long? I wouldn't expect it to.
Well, I mean, I think
It shouldn't.
Yeah, well, when it comes down to these particular islands, the only thing I see as a problem is certain islands are going to be used at certain times.
That's fine. That's
It's
fine. Who
seasonal
says?
islands.
You know what I'm saying? Because after Halloween, maybe I want to build a Christmas, so I pick up my claim. I move to Christmas instead. So there may be, you know, like a rotating island system when it comes to like holidays or something.
Yeah,
But
why not?
but the other ones would definitely be there
Year round.
pretty long term.
Yeah, and then when they convert the island to permanency and it can't be built on,
Get your claim
you
back.
get your claim flags back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
And Beetlebub says genres are at least to some degree subjective. I think that would cause a lot of problems and drama enforcing that.
No,
I
disagree.
no. I mean, yes, it can be, but if you have very specific things that you're going for, like if we make a sci-fi island and somebody puts a big medieval castle there, everybody and their ugly brother knows that's not supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really that hard. Now, if you're on like a fantasy themed island and you put a medieval castle, I can kind of see why some people might get bent out of shape about that, but fantasy inherently is set in a medieval time. So everything that would be mixed up would kind of go along with that. And if it doesn't fit, it just doesn't fit. That's why keeping the number of these islands very small and keeping the themes very distinct is very important here. I'm not talking about a whole bunch of stuff. I'm talking maybe a half dozen new islands that we can designate ourselves.
And I think this kind of takes us into the next little piece of this, which is basically paid themed islands. Now, you know, to keep the game going, of course, money's got to be generated. And this is where something that they could actually use in this fashion on the way they've got the museum islands, and that is to set up like paid theme islands, you know, where, you know, say I want to purchase an island. It may not be as big as that island that they've got set up right now. You know, it may be half that size. Say I pay $5 a month for that island, and or maybe a little bit more than that, maybe around $10 a month. I don't know. To have my own island, be able to build on it openly without any claims. Okay.
Wide open. Okay.
I would be able to have control over who can build there. So if I wanted other people to come over and build on my island, they could do that. I would set a permission for it, just like a claim. The claim would basically be the island, okay?
I was just going to say, yeah.
And I could set up that to where anybody could come over and build on that open island however they wish to help me build something there. I think that would be wicked. Plus, I'm putting money towards the game I love to keep the game going. Okay? And, for a small fee. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure there are guilds, there are groups, there are communities, there are whatever out there that they want something like this. Something that's open, not claim bound,
Yep.
free roaming world type stuff.
That would give so much more interest to what's going on now. People come back for it.
I'm pretty sure, and maybe a size variant. You could have a small, a medium, and a large island.
3 different price points.
3 different price points. For an individual, they could afford a small island for $5 a month. You want a medium, it's $10 a month. You want a large, $15 a month.
My only thing is paying more money towards this game. That is it. That is it.
But it's an option.
It's an option. You don't have to. It's like free to play, pretty much.
Well, no, because what you're talking about would actually be segmenting the population into a have and have not situation.
Not really, because he can invite anybody he wants to come build on that.
I could say, hey, Devlin, come build with us. You
okay,
come on over.
Assume you don't.
Assume I don't. You're out there in the regular world.
Yeah. And
you're on Halloween Island.
But it's already segmented.
Yeah, it's already segmented.
8 main claims, 24 add-ons. New people to the game, they get 2 main claims and 8 add-ons or something? It's already segmented right there.
Yeah. And I didn't agree with that at the time. It's something I don't personally agree with. I understand everybody else is going to have a different opinion about that, but I just don't agree with it. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea. I want to be able to have my own island. I want to be able to designate how big that island is. But, I mean, I don't know. That's just me. That's just me.
I still think it's. I still think this would help generate money for the game to keep it going. That's the way I look at it. No matter how you look at it, because this is the game I love, and I don't want to see it die.
And you can't get this experience anywhere else.
Exactly. And I think the only way you could really justify it long term is the fact that you have to make money for the game. Mm-hmm. And doing it in this fashion would actually generate money if somebody wants to put the money toward it. And I guarantee you people will jump on it.
Lots of people will.
There's a lot of people that they don't like the fact that you have to do claims. Well, this gets around claims. You have an island. You have a large piece of land that you could put your foot through. And you can make it look however you want. You have a basic island. I can make mountains if I wanted to. If I have the time and the patience to farm up all the stuff for it.
I love the idea. I really do. I think
it'd be amazing.
It's an extra feature. Idea. It's an additional feature. Wasn't there before. You pay for it if it's something you want. I'm down with that. Guild. Imagine a guild island. Some monthly fee you have for a guild island, and then everybody who's in your guild can build on it.
Think of this. You go, I have my island locked. Nobody can see it. And you can't see it for 2 months. And all of a sudden I open it up, and it's an Oriental themed island. I got the Great Wall of China on my shiznit.
But that would be awesome. And then game mastering features come.
Or Devlin, he has one locked down, nobody can see it. And all of a sudden he opens it up, and it's Batman. The whole thing. It's like going through Gotham, walking. You got the whole 9 yards on that island. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
I mean, it takes people to come together to do it. And
we want more space to build. We want easier.
Hey there.
we want things to be easier building. We want to build bigger, and we want to do more building.
Yeah.
This would solve a lot of those issues all at once.
And I want to build with more people in one area without any
Limitations.
Thank you for the word. Yes.
If we could have something like a museum island that's mostly flat but only about half that size, I wouldn't want to, but I'd probably still pay money for it. Open it up, have something like that happen. Oh yes, very much.
Yeah. And of course, we don't know what the data cost and the hardware cost
Sorry,
would
I
be
was,
for all of this, and so
I'm-
someone over
I'm
there would have
watching
to,
the Let's
work with us
Talk
privately to
stream.
help, help
The
figure
other
that
thing
out.
I want to stress here is that this owning an island versus the themed islands, these are two different ideas.
Yep.
I still want the themed islands to come to us so that we can all build as a game and as a community on one specific island and one specific theme, but having these paid islands, this is a separate idea. Just wanted to stress that.
And I just need to point this out because it's hilarious.
Or
1K goes, but the Bob Dob gets an island and no one can go there.
It's,
nobody
because
would want to.
because no one can go there.
Can see it now.
Doing the time.
That's
warp.
I mean,
right.
like I said, with the 3 different levels of size or something like that, a small one's really cheap. It's say Colossus community gets together. Hey guys, let's get an island together. We have like 2 or 3 people just pitches in $2 or $3. We got a big island now. And all of a sudden we've got like the whole crew in there on this huge island, and we turn that sucker upside down, make it look like Manhattan.
And I'm telling you, I think the guilds could work with whatever price point makes it cost effective and profitable for Daybreak as a guild to do that. Now I want to get back to Devlin's idea here. The part that I'm really interested in is the themed, the holiday related stuff. I mean, the first thing Devlin said, we need this for Christmas. We need a Christmas island, and I want this Halloween island to be permanent. We don't know if that's the case.
Yeah,
don't know if
we really want the Halloween island to become permanent. Make it a museum island. Open it up every Halloween. Let us keep building on it, but shut it down after Halloween and keep it up. That's what we want to keep it.
The only downside to the way I'm seeing that, the way it's set up right now, is I'm having to use a primary claim of mine on there.
They can just give that back to us, can't they?
If they lock the island down, I think they should take everything off and give us our stuff back because they can set it with no claim limitations.
They'd have to have some way of setting that up to where they give the flags back but keep the claims there. I'm not sure if they've got that installed somehow, some way. It'd be cool if they did.
We'll find out.
Well, assuming devs have God mode turned on, I mean, they all have infinite resources. No, seriously, I mean, I'm a dev. I come over, make a copy of a claim, template it, pick up the claim, send the claim flag back to the player, take the template, plop it right back down, done.
But you are a dev.
I am a dev, yes, but I'm not one of the devs. There is a big difference.
DEV. Never mind.
No, I just...
He got it. He got it.
28 years people have been saying jokes like that to me, man. They ain't funny no more.
All right.
So Fire says these islands, turn into museum islands for real. And that's our idea.
And,
when the period of time is done, like after Halloween, the Halloween island turns into a museum island.
I'm still a proponent, or actually, a proponent of taking all of those landmarks of landmark off of the main islands and putting them onto a museum island.
That would be good.
Idea.
Yeah,
That's a fantastic idea.
I think they should.
I think they should. I mean,
At least until the game goes live.
that's a museum to me. The
It was
landmarks
an
of
event. It
landmark.
was a major event, the first event.
Yeah, and they should
Yes.
pack it off to one side or one little section and then have that landmarks of landmark again.
That's basically all I'm talking about, is just having separate events. Only have them give us the space to do it, give us the island to do it, and the community will do the rest. We'll decide on a theme. We'll keep that theme going. It gets locked down once we're done. Done. That's exactly what we're talking about.
It'd be kind of cool. Be really cool.
I like the idea of putting the landmarks of
Cool,
landmark
man.
on one island.
I think everybody would.
Well, the hubs are what they were expecting them to be, like little centers where everybody would spawn in and congregate. That's not going to happen. Change your plan. Move the landmarks somewhere where everybody can go see them in one place.
Well, it could happen if we got our own islands to build.
That's on your own island.
I know, but just imagine, I mean, something like that, or something like a themed island where you can actually designate, okay, I'm going to take the island, I'm going to take the claims right by the spire and make kind of like a marketplace and set it up there, so that way it actually has a flowing theme.
Well, and the gameplay has not been added to Landmark yet, so there's no game that's happening on any of these things. There's no reason to go interact with any of these landmarks in a landmark. So right now they're just taking up space that I know players would really love to have their hands on.
Now I can understand the way the other builds are down in the cave system. They're, but there's still a lot of room for other ones down there.
There is.
And you have to dig forever until you find one. And there's a lot of them that aren't even down there.
Like a sword.
I have yet to find my freaking sword.
I knew where you were going.
My sword in the ice. I worked hard on that thing. Okay. Another thing that this might get totally off of the islands thing, but this week I had an epiphany during my show.
Uh-oh.
And it was while touring around through all the different builds for Halas. We came up on, I can't remember whose build that was. Who was it? Don't remember. But it had fire that would shoot down, and he had the body, and it would catch on fire when you click the candles. I don't remember.
I know who you're talking about. I remember seeing it because it came down from the side.
Yes. But it had the lava texture around the altar.
No.
Where they had the body up there. It had lava around it. And I thought this would be really cool if, say, the lava that was underneath, that was in these little grooved pits on the outside of this little altar thing, if that was stone, and when I went up there and I clicked on something or I walked into an area, the stone turned into lava when I clicked on it. So when the fire comes down, the stone turns to lava through a linking and triggering. So being able to turn one selected area of material from one material to another material through linking and triggering.
Yeah, Atomzo just got it perfect. Triggered material swapping.
Yes!
Bingo.
And he said,
exactly.
Is it the funeral pyre? Atonzo asked if it's the funeral pyre.
Yes, it is. It was Atomzo. That's who it was. So, yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. When the fires come down, and all of a sudden the fires kick up, the stone turns into lava, it's a part of the whole linking and triggering process. It would be just awesome to be able to change out materials like that.
It would.
Do you know how much stuff you could do with that? That is like freaking powerful.
Imagine doing a maze with glass and mirrors and whatever, and all of a sudden the wall changes.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yes, you see what I mean? Like this. You could have sections, like one little section turns, it's like light, and then it turns dark, and then the next part turns dark, next part turns dark, and you could have stuff that looks like shutters are opening and closing on doors.
I was just about to say that. I could easily use something like that to make window lights happen in my modern build.
Exactly.
Walk up, flip it on, tink, 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 tink. It goes up.
And I can just see Bob Dob melting the disc platters on the servers over there.
I'm sorry, Bob should not be allowed to use that.
Now, granted, this would also work with microvoxels, megavoxels. So you could have super thin lines of stuff going, like glowing and pulsing with different colors being swapped in and out. Come on, that is like
That would
super
be-
powerful.
You could easily do fluorescent lights like that.
Yeah, flickering on and off.
Keep them stone. When you walk through a linking and triggering system, they turn on to white. Lumicite, you walk out, they go off again. Flickering on. Oh.
You see where I'm coming from now, right?
Possibilities are just going nuts.
We got to get up with Steve Klug. Steve Klug needs to come and and tell us if that's possible. It can't be no more than swapping in and out like I'm using my paintbrush.
Yeah.
I like the section and send it to him.
It's no different than that, but you still have to store what is there and what it's turning into, and then doing this with it. That's the only information that would be stored, right?
Yeah.
Should.
I think so.
Something like that? Yeah, and stone to air. You'd have a wall. A wall that was solid, and when you walked up to it and you stepped into the box or whatever that was linked to it,
Suddenly you're in a jail cell.
all of a sudden the wall disappears and you can walk through it.
Forget that.
Exactly a texture yet.
Imagine it imagine this big cube, right? Just like what was that thing from that horrible first Transformers movie, the Allspark? And as you walk up to it, no, you flip a switch and the entire thing collapses in on itself. You could do like collapsible walls like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You could set up little bricks. Small little brick system.
It just looks like it opens up
that does like this.
Let me throw this out to you, Tim. Let me throw this out to you and to the rest of the community. This is a phenomenal idea. Build a proof of concept. Make all the user interface screens that you would have to make that happen. Build them. Just build every one of these screens so you've got
I can do it.
An example to show the devs.
I know I can do it.
and then put the idea forward. That way they don't have to do as much work. The whole document.
I guess GA's already set up the rest of my week, I guess.
1,000 stars just took it to the next level. Eventually, we'd be able to create moving objects like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and exactly 1,000 stars
air for sure. If air to stone,
if we get air as a material, which
yeah.
But really, what the things that have made the most impact since we started the alpha were the people who actually put together a design document and posted it on the forums. Because then all at the time Dave had to do or Terry had to do was just give it to the team. Do this. You guys remember that? You remember when that happened? Literally, they gave him the design document. Somebody posted it up there, and he just make this. So that's.
I mean, I did the proof of concept little idea, sparking an idea type thing with the UI stuff, and that was what 8 months ago. 7 months ago, and now they're already doing a total revamp of the UI system, which is great. But yeah, I'll do this. This is cake. I can do this.
Yes, I've seen your work, dude. You could very easily. You have. And fortunately, I mean, you're not the only one. There's a bunch of people in the community who are just really great at conceptualizing user interface stuff, putting together the graphics, just based on the graphics style that we already have in the game.
Yeah, I just can't. I really want to shoot this idea to Steve and actually see what he comes back with, and I'm
probably a headache.
But
he'll probably like, damn it, dude, don't do this to me.
Do a couple of UI things so that he understands. It's clear what it is. Give him some stuff to chew on, and then he'll probably get you an answer faster, without taking as much time to think it through.
Okay. I guess at this point I could do a shout out to everybody in the channel. Has anybody else got any really cool ideas that have not been talked about, have not been implemented, that you would like to see in the game? That you think would be a really big boon for the game as a whole? Devlin, Katina, Gio.
Oh,
everybody in the chat.
I thought you were waiting for chat.
No, I'm waiting for everybody. I'm waiting for everybody here.
Sorry.
My biggest idea that I've had thus far is just the different themed island. I mean, I would love to have something a little bit more player controlled creativity put into this game. But beyond that, I mean, I don't know. I can think about it for a little while. I didn't know there was going to be a quiz.
I know. Well, he said he put it out to everyone else.
I'm let's see here.
Not to say he's got a couple ideas. I'm waiting to see him come up.
Yeah.
Atmospheric says flip a switch and a house gets built in front of you.
Oh. Let's see. Mechasonic says demonstration island to show off the various cities that could be in EQN.
That's not a bad idea.
To me, that goes to the idea of having a guild island. So one of us, acquires our own island and then invites everybody who built in that theme to come put their stuff down. And
1,000 Stars said being able to pick up an object and move it somewhere else, such as capture the flag, being its primary use. In other words, my character picks up stuff with his hands and moves it and puts it down. Which would be, he's great. He's dead on. Yeah, capture the flag. That would be great.
Mm-hmm. Are you kidding?
Building capture the flag arenas.
Yeah. Love Madly says the idea that we can take our equipment off and hang it up. I know it's been said before, but it would help with those who like to decorate. That would be awesome. Take my armor off, sit it up on a dummy. Oh, yeah. That'd be great.
Xena said emitters that are people. I could definitely see that. No, people animations. Just the animations.
Portivar said resizable claims.
I'm not sure how that would work.
If
I get them off the grid that they want to keep us on.
Yeah, it would. That'd be quite a bit of programming, but I don't see why it couldn't be done. All right, let's see. Beetlebub says, I would like to see linking and triggering improved upon, which goes right back to what I was just talking about with the material change.
Well, we need all the rest of the logic switches. That's the first thing.
Yeah. We need a timer and the eight gates.
Yes.
7 gates, 8 gates. What? Yeah, something like that. Let's see. Portivar says claims that always have the same volume but can be less tall. So in other words, less tall but wider. So it keeps the same volume.
Yeah, but it would still take us off the grid they want to keep us on.
Yeah. Now Rihanna said something up there. Advanced tools that they talked about early on.
Yeah.
Do we know what she's talking about exactly?
Advanced tools.
Dev kit, the dev tools, I probably.
Yeah. The stuff that they have that we don't have. Yeah. Oh, we have tools that we can do things that y'all guys can't. Do you remember them saying that in a workshop show one time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about.
And Yadotho mentions, reiterates the NPC as a prop with animations.
I would like to see the dev tools where we get a hold of them, but you have to do all the achievements to get it.
And you'd have to start over.
No.
Take that smile away and hurry.
It would just take him 3 days. So,
let's see.
Lousy says he just wants optimizations, not fantasy impossible dreams.
Well, I mean, if we really want to be that way about it, then yeah, optimizations towards the game as a whole, a good solid quality of life update. Yeah, I can't. It's hard to argue with that.
We can see they're constantly working on that in the background.
Yeah, I mean it's constantly changing, but I could see that.
Okay, let me catch up before the scrolling stops me here. Dad got it. I didn't catch it. Hold up, scroll back up. Raz, okay, hold up. I just want the advanced tools they promised us from the beginning. Yarnella said island for none or non-competition stuff that fits into EQN as little monuments. Ithalo says prop NPC with animations. Raz said, I think they should finish what they have promised before all of this stuff. Portivar said claims that always have the same volume but can be less tall. Love Madly said, give us the ability to put down 4x4 claims. And be able to put as many adjoining claims to fill the 4x4. Tyler said, I want optimizations, not fancy impossible dreams. Yarnella says, or a tag in the marketplace gallery when we see something that is worth being looked at for the EQN that isn't in competition. Emitter animals.
Bunnies.
Well, we got bats.
Seriously, we got maggots.
We got bats and maggots.
Bats and maggots. Yeah.
We don't have bunnies.
Nope, no bunnies.
We don't have the bunnies with teeth. I figured Pantera would kick up on that one. So, 1,000 Stars said, 2D emitters was something I wanted recently. Something that looks good on walls. That would be what would be considered a label.
Signs.
Mm-hmm.
Programmable signage.
That would be nice.
Customizable signage.
Atmospherik said, Fiend said he would ask about getting the fish emitter fixed for aquariums. We still have not seen those two fish.
The ones that Domino showed us, yep.
Yep, we still don't have not seen that, and that was months ago now, right?
We have fish? We have fish?
No,
Yep.
we were supposed to get...
We had fish.
No, I'm talking about the ones that they gave us.
All the emitters. Do we have fish?
That's what I'm talking about. The one that Domino showed us.
Yeah, the ones that go around in a circle.
We've got those?
Yeah.
As their own thing?
As their own?
Separate from the seaweed?
Something
No, it's still on the seaweed.
Stuff that I can put into an aquarium?
Yeah.
No.
Go to Car's house.
No.
They're swimming around the aquarium.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, Pantera says, yeah, EQ2 got the death bunny.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it here, bring it here.
Okay, I'm trying to keep up with everything here. Once Landmark is complete, they said that there will be very little difference between what we can do and the dev tools. That was what Murin said. Raina said, I'd be fine with earning the dev tools through achievements. Cool. Me too. Jules Fire said, don't fixate on the word promise. Game devs never promise anything. Bunnies, horses, decals. That's another good word for what I was thinking of.
The 2D stuff, yeah.
We called them labels in Radiant. So, different words. It's all good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the fish just swim into large group of circles, so they took it out of the game, I guess. Love Madly said, yes, we did have fish. Karain said, you do have fish on the kelp, but not as the individual emitters to be able to put it where I want it to be when I want it to be there.
Gotcha.
Big difference.
I gotcha.
Okay, Talwalker said, there are fish that swim around some of the kelp prop, but still not being able to place it where I want to place it when I want to place it there. Atmospheric. The fish emitter was in game. I have one in my inventory still. You can't place them anymore.
But you can duplicate one if it's already down.
Wow. Okay. There is a butterfly fish emitter and a seahorse emitter, but they don't work.
See, that's what I was talking about, because I know that there was emitters, but every time I use them, I don't see anything. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought we had individual stuff to put down like that.
Do they know? Has that been bugged? Put on the bug report?
I don't
Do
know.
they know about that?
I've slash bugged it. I haven't done the issue tracker.
Yeah, you gotta go to the issue tracker.
And Raina said would really like a ton more of materials to use, which I'm gonna lay this down on the line for you guys. Raise your hand if you were here during alpha early.
Day one.
Well, what kind of crap is this?
One man out. Awesome. Okay. Now, this is for everybody that's in chat, because I know that we've got, 37, 40 people in here right now. But the fact is, Geo, how many materials do we have in total in early alpha?
Wasn't it 30 something?
If you're lucky.
I'm thinking 16.
It was 16.
16,
Early alpha was
yeah.
16. And once we got to 50, materials. Everything went haywire. Nothing loaded. Half the materials wouldn't load.
And it changed after you put them down.
Yeah, you put down one material and it would turn to another material when you relogged. That was the issues that we were having. They fixed that bug. Then they opened it up to whatever, 64,000 or whatever the heck, that big ass number. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden we started getting more materials. And the issue we have now is, of course, it loads 8 high-res materials at one given time. Hopefully they get over that. Now, if they ever fix that issue, yes, I will say go give me some more materials. But I just wanted to bring that up. Look at that. Look at all them people raising hands.
So
Alpha Power.
Thousand Stars just brought back up the Universal Blender idea. Domino was in chat whenever we were talking about that during one of the shows, and she said that something like that would end up breaking people's builds that they've already done with blending in them. Now, I don't know if I really buy that, but that tells me that it's doable.
If they did something like a universal blender, basically all materials would become non-blending.
Yep, they're all hard edge materials.
You're not messing up the build. You're messing up the paint. And it takes somebody to say, oh yeah, I want to really spend my time fixing the blending. That's what would happen.
When Steve Klug was on the workshop show, he was talking about the blending, and he said he was really trying to work on getting us something just like this, if I remember correctly. I was working, so I only caught bits and pieces.
Maybe
they're actively working on blending. They're actively working on the blending issue.
But I thought he was trying to get us some kind of universal tool along the lines of what was suggested.
Yeah. And
that would be great.
That was something that we brought up here on the show. You know, I tossed out my idea, and who was it? Somebody else had another idea for that, and I don't remember who it was.
I don't know.
I'm really bad about stuff like that, guys. I apologize. But yeah, I mean, even today on the show, when I was getting everything laid down for the Arkham stuff, you see all the streaking stuff, the stuff that I sent in the video for. That's what I want fixed. Even if it's reduced down to a smaller streak, that's still what I want. This 40 voxel streaking crap, sorry, fix it.
Come on, do it.
I'm not doing it. I got a headset on.
No fun.
But let's see what else we got here in the chat here. Just a new blending texture. You could use it to paint between any texture. That's all I'm saying. They can keep the current blending rules and just allow us to control it when we want with a tool. That I agree with. Either hard edge. I want it to have the choice of edged, blendable, or non-blendable. Those are the 3 rules I would like to have for my materials. In other words, I can turn wood into like that metal they gave us that don't artifact.
Yep.
I want that. And I want to be able to do that with other materials, not just those metal pieces. I want to be able to turn it on and off blending, which granted I might get artifacting with it. Okay, all well and good. It blends when I want it to blend. Or hard edged like normal, which may or may not artifact. So I got 3 choices. I want all 3.
Greedy.
Bam. Okay. What have I missed?
You're caught up.
They can keep the current blending. Okay, I got that one. So terrain still blends and stuff like that. Honestly, even today on the show, I showed off some of the blending issues for the islands. You go out into a desert and look where the sand meets up against a dirt texture. You got these little triangle shapes that freaking go out all over the place. It looks nasty. And I really hope that EverQuest Next does not have that. I really don't want to see that in Landmark either. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think they can release it if it's got that in it. Just...
Well, they can, but it won't be good.
Yeah.
It won't. It'll look miserable.
Beetlebub said, I would love to have the ability to select an area or two or more materials and select a material in the selection and replace just that material with something else. A material, basically like an eyedropper, I think. It's something kind of like that. You select an area, I could pick a particular material, and I can just swap that one material out. That's what he's referring to, and I would love that.
Yep.
Yeah, have a selection box, and then on the side a little list of all the materials that are in that selection box, and just pick the one that you want to swap with what you want to swap it to.
Tallerger has a great idea.
Go ahead.
I'd like it to remember the last select area. So if I accidentally close select, I can undo and have the box back exactly.
Oh God!
Control Z, bring back select.
Oh, good.
Well,
that would be.
So lousy wins. Let's talk Landmark.
Yeah, well, that could be a part of. I like the clipboard to actually go back instead of 20, go back 30, and then implement that. Do a Control Z, it would bring back my selection box. I do Control Z all the way back 30 places instead of 20.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because 20...
18, isn't it?
No, it's 20.
It's 20.
You can only go back 20 places. I love them to expand that out to 30 now.
Hey, guys, that wasn't my idea. Tallerger said it.
Because it's always the 21st that I need to go back to.
Yeah.
Let's see. What have I missed? Oh, that would be a really nice. Great idea. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of the big stuff. I mean, we didn't have a lot to talk about this week, and I do apologize for that. And I wrote 5 things down on my notebook that we could talk about, and I think we pretty much covered them.
Well, Daybreak. I mean, Daybreak was moving this week, so there wasn't much activity over there other than they're just focused on their move. We've seen the screenshots, the selfies, and stuff. It's been cool.
Okay. Bayobob came up with one more, which we actually didn't mention. You'd like to have a tool that tints any material to any color you choose. Kind of like just.
I believe
you got wood wall. I want to paint it. I want to paint it red. A normal red.
That Domino was also, that was one of the things that we were talking about before, and Domino said that is not possible to do. Am I right on this?
That's what she said, that it's not possible.
Right.
But
I would love to be able to have something like that, a set of bump maps and then a set of colors. Select a bump map and then select the color. That would be fantastic. That would make that would open up a whole bunch more different kinds of building options.
Well,
but that's an entirely different game.
I wonder if they could add a new set of materials to our material list that have that feature, that are paintable. These 8 materials these 8 bump maps are paintable in these 8 colors. Here you go.
I see problems with that, though. I do see problems with that. And that is implementation. How it's being implemented.
You're right. You're right. Yeah,
if they were to have to redo all the materials
that would not
to
work.
That specific set of rules, there would not be a build on any island that would be able to be placed and look correct.
Yeah, it wouldn't work because the material, ultimately, when you're done painting it, that material has to be in the database of materials. It has to be its own thing.
Yep.
It's the only way.
And Shatari brings up a good point in chat. Doesn't the new Halloween texture bug show that we can tint the textures to black? It's only showing that the bump maps are changing. So, and I don't think that it's supposed to be doing that, but it's a proof of concept for something like what we're talking about here. Imagine the Halloween black being any other kind of material and being able to select that bump map. You can have solid black, well, I mean, anything, or white anything, yellow, orange, it doesn't matter. As long as you have the bump map to make it look correct, and then the color to color it whatever you want to do it, then that's pretty much what we're talking about.
Now, the one thing about that bug for the Halloween texture, some people see it, some people don't.
I'm not sure what the bug is, to be honest.
It's a black square.
It's not that.
Okay.
That it's not just it.
What else have you seen? That's the only thing I've been able to see with that one.
So the black square shows up, and the actual bump map for the black material, instead of being solid and smooth, will change. So you can put down Halloween black, and as you move it forward and closer to the voxels, it'll change from solid black to black rocks, and then black wood, and then different black rocks, and then black brick, and then it'll change back to regular solid Halloween black, and then it'll have black with the squares.
Oh, is that why I got it supposed to look like a basket weave?
You remember you remember the pictures a long time ago during the
back in December last year?
About that time, it was not not Kinos. It was Kinos during the Kinos competition. Where I could zoom away from something, it would be one material. I get up close to it, it turns to a different material.
Yeah, that's basically what's happening.
I had that problem before, and I had that put up on the issue tracker. That has been notated.
I guess they didn't fix it as well as they thought they did.
They must have fixed it on that one material, because they did solve that problem at the time.
Well, I mean, at the time, yes, I'm sure it did. But it did. But I mean, it's happening again, and it's happening with a vengeance now, because I have some down in the back cave showing the tunnel, and the tunnel can change completely how it looks depending on where I am in the cave.
Wow.
And sometimes it looks good, and sometimes it just looks like it's really lazy.
I got the feeling I know what it is. The high res version got the wrong bump map.
There's no rhyme or reason, because it switches completely freely back and forth.
Well, so is the high-res version.
Yeah,
you could be on top of it and not see it. You'd see it.
I know. It flops in and out like that with the high-res version.
But we don't see rocks changing into wood, though. I mean, that's what the Halloween black texture is doing. It's changing entire materials.
Wow. Take pictures of that.
They're all black. I have.
Awesome. Awesome. I'd love to see that and see if it's the same thing I was having with that roofing. That was crazy stuff. All right. So before we wrap up the show, don't forget, go and check out episode 56 of Let's Talk Landmark. Dave Georgeson joined us last week in this time slot. Hung out with us, answered questions. Freaking really cool dude. Whether you like the guy or not, he was freaking awesome, and it was a pleasure to have him on the show.
Okay. Thank you, Dave.
I really would love to have him back on the show at some point in time. Also,
and his suit is better than mine.
Yeah, he proved it. He proved it.
Yeah, we compared pictures of our purple suits. His is much better.
Also, check out episode 57. Which was Druid's Fire came and hung out with us for Geo's morning show of Let's Talk Landmark, which was this past Monday, and I got a lot of insightful information from her that was pretty awesome, and definitely check those videos out when you get the chance, and basically.
Links are in chat.
Yeah, somebody already posted it, I think.
I did. That's what I'm saying. I put links are in chat.
She was confirming that links have been placed into the chat box.
Duh. Okay. Geo, what are you doing for the rest of this week?
Doing the morning brew. We've got tomorrow just the early pre-show slideshow, and then Friday we've got this week 23 in pictures of what happened all across Landmark. Everything that's from Twitter and from pictures we took in game during the morning brew. And that on Friday will start at 9 a.m. on the Landmark Explorer channel.
I've got to stop. Hold it here.
Oh, man.
Devlin, please read what Lochnar just said.
I don't know. I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, don't even. You saw it. That's why you're saying this.
I'm sorry.
Well, Lochnar Rules says, great show. See y'all around. Devlin, my wife still thinks you are hot. She just walked in and said that, so figure I would pass it on. Well, thank you very much.
Awesome. Okay, Devlin, what are you doing?
I told everybody here I'm here only to look good. People didn't believe me. Oh, no, you actually are a valuable member of the community. No, I'm not. I'm here to look good. That is it.
All right, Devlin, what are you doing for the rest of this week?
Well, the construction on the Batcave underneath Knobwinkle's Wayne Manor continues. I am still working on getting everything completely settled for that. And I have a couple other people who have asked me for help on their Halloween builds. My Halloween build is done. It's up in the gallery, by the way. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to be working with various other people on all their Halloween stuff and finishing up the Batcave.
Yeah, when you get done with that, you can come and help me out on mine. Katina, what are you doing for the rest of this week?
I am working on my Palace build, which has turned into a barn instead of a house.
All right. How far are you into it? Are you? How much further
Between
you
a
got?
third and half.
Third and a half. Okay, that's not bad.
I told you I'm going to need help later this week.
All right. Myself, I am building Arkham Asylum. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm building Arkham Asylum, and Devlin's going to have to come over and help me out.
I'll plow through the one of the Arkham games that I got and try to get some good pictures so you can try to get a good feel for what's there.
Awesome. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, this weekend definitely come and join us right here on this channel at 4:00 p.m. Eastern, 1:00 p.m. Pacific on Saturday for the Halloween community build. I'm kind of doing a call out for everybody. I wanted to do it before the Halloween weekend.
What time did you say?
4:00 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, I thought you said 3. I'm like, okay.
1:00 p.m. Pacific.
Don't miss it, everybody.
Don't miss it.
It's going to be fun.
We did it last year. It was a blast. Okay,
It was insane. Oh my god, the most insane build I've seen.
If you have a tweak in your brain, you know, a little like this, you're gonna fit in perfect. Okay, because we're gonna do some crazy crap, right? And so with that, guys, have a great week. Definitely check out Geo Show on Monday. Let's talk Landmark, and have a great night, guys.
Night, folks.
God, build something.